Does anyone else have any ideas?
That's you,
Everyone glanced at each other.
baby, 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 that's you, baby.
Team 7, why don't you move against the one?
Imagine killing yourself for a girl, couldn't you?
Maybe.
I'm just saying.
Joe wrong. It would just be our team disqualified. He said, but Dino and Hinata joined him. When Team 7 and Karen were Naruto looked at his teammates, who both nodded. Handing Hinata the heaven scroll, he pulled out the earth. And together,
hold on, watch this, watch this. Watch me jump on this, watch me jump on this. Oh, snap. Hold on, watch me jump on this. Yes, sir.
Drop that. He shouted, dropping one scroll, and Hinata did the same.
Watch this, watch this. You can run somebody, like, and then you go. What's up?
Teammate had shifted into combat stances, only to blink with the smoke clear.
What is the side effect?
He blinked. His eyes widened as he saw both teams
Yeah.
7 and 8.
Look. Alright, look. I'm gonna pickaxe this. Watch no way come in my inventory.
The order is to watch out for your teams that could bring you to him at once. He's been waiting at the tower since he received your summons and clones. He said, directing.
Hey, look what I say when I press O.
Please.
Hold on, let me see if I still got my stuff from season 1.
Seals appeared on the walls, activating and causing the portion of the walls they were on to slide sideways, revealing passageway behind them. He immediately headed towards them, with Team 7.
See if I have my stuff in my turn.
Following behind, looking worried or confused. As the last of them entered, the wall behind them sealed shut. They followed Ruka down several passages and up several flights of stairs.
We got too many complaints about wall hacking, so, take that.
One of them raised a hand to halt them as the second entered the room.
Like, bro, I'm really the parkour master in these streets. You know what they call me? Mr. Speedy Girl.
Before they did, Ruka stopped Team 8. I'm glad to see you're all alright. I'm sure that you either know you're okay as soon as he said, giving them all a smile and a nod.
Hold on. This time I'm running, somebody touch me. Hey, catch me. I'm playing.
The Hokage sat behind a desk, quietly puffing on his pipe.
Time to run for the police.
Kakashi and the proctor from the first exam, EDG, stood on the other side of the desk, waiting for them. When the door was shut behind them, Sarutobi pulled the pipe
Not if I do this.
carefully emptied it into an ashtray before speaking.
Do this.
I'm glad to see you all arrived safe and sound, he said.
No!
You have to go through inside the forest. While I would say they are perfect examples of what can happen out in the field, having to survive fighting a Sami is definitely not something I'd expect or want you all to go through, he said tiredly, slowly standing. We wanted to debrief you all as quickly as possible regarding the event.
Oh, that's, it's a shield. Like, it's actually a shield. You start with it.
I became the most pressing issue at the moment.
Yeah, so I got 100, I got 150 shield right now.
I need you to tell us what happened in detail. The members of Team 7 looked at each other before Sasuke stepped forward to report on what happened. He reported how initially they were attacked by
It's alright.
who seemed a great deal more powerful than them.
Oh my god.
You
got him a
snakes to hurt them until she confronted them again. Sasuke
And I go like a die from storm.
Then glanced at Naruto. It was at that point that Uzumaki-san's clones found us, he said. Naruto nodded at that. One of my clones came across what was going on and decided to intervene.
Why would I show you? You can see it in person.
Only for the Kunoichi to disperse into a mud clone. The real Kunoichi found me and attacked me with a jutsu that I've only ever seen my sensei use, the Snake Jashu striking snake technique. Considering there was only one other person who
Joshua, you're doing too much, my nigga.
my clone figured out that it was WGP-jmoe who revealed himself after my clone joined
My nigga, look at my health. I'm about to die in 3. See? Yeah, he's talking about shit.
The second clone that joined them intercepted and defeated one of his
This nigga's stupid. This nigga is so dumb.
sacrifice itself in the process, he assured. Kiba flinched a bit at the mention of that, the emotion still lingering inside of him. He glanced away slightly as Sasuke took over from there. At that point, Orochimaru re-engaged us. I attempted to slow him down, to perhaps give us time to escape, but Orochimaru faked being injured, causing me to lower my guard. That's when he said, as he touched his shoulder.
I'm gonna kill myself next game and see what he's talking about.
Anko's eyes shot open, and she immediately moved forward. Let me see where he bit you, she demanded, with the other adults in Naruto all tense. Sasuke blinked at her in confusion and trepidation. What? Let me see. Anko almost shouted, but Sasuke quickly pulled the shirt collar aside enough to reveal the cursed seal near the base of his neck. Anko's eyes fell on it, and she felt her heart plummet.
This is real pain.
She whispered as she turned
Cause they
away,
like let you know and shit.
He didn't just give him a cursed seal. He gave him the same one he gave me.
Let's see this shit. Look. Okay. See, do it, right? Right back.
She asked, but Anko just lightly touched her on the shoulder. Yeah, I do. It was a parting gift from my sensei when he left me in one of his labs. The prototype he had developed, she said quietly, her eyes blazed slightly, as she looked off into nothingness. Sakura, Kiba, Sasuke, and Ino all stared at her in surprise, while Hinata and Naruto's faces darkened. Sarutobi frowned at that, before signaling for Anko to move away. Is there anything else? He asked Team 7, as Anko moved to the side, her shoulders slumped slightly. Sakura at this point took up the narrative.
Because she's not with the stage, a football player, I mean basketball player, you know,
he that he had given Sasuke power, and that in time, Sasuke would come against the world. After that, he left us, she said. However, I think Orochimaru is connected to that shinobi village, Orovigor, she added. What makes you say that?
That's a what?
Sarutobi asked her, if Ibiki listened more attentive, since this could be valuable information. We were attacked by the Genin from Oda, but they weren't interested in our stroll. They were solely interested in Sasuke, claiming they wanted to kill him. And the leader of the group, he seemed to react when I guess...
So he can act cool? He is not cool, he's a loser.
I know it is not anything concrete, Hokage...
But I was just about to build.
Sarutobi raised up a hand. No, it's quite alright, child. We shinobi often work on hunches and gut instincts just as much as we do unreliable information. Ibiki-san, we will discuss this matter after the Genin have been dismissed. Sarutobi stated to Ibiki nodded. Sarutobi then turned back to Sasuke.
No building for you.
Tell me, did the seal activate? Did it affect you in any way? He asked, as Anko and Kakashi could both be seen tensing up. Sasuke glanced away slightly. It did, Hokage-sama. When the Odo team was fighting my teammates and walked me from Team 9, I started to awaken. I could feel it, power, flowing through me. Unbelievable power.
Yeah.
When I saw what had happened to my team,
I do that word,
angry, but I think I was...
So if a nigga, if this a, oh yeah, I'm stupid.
I attacked the one Odo Genin, fully intent on crippling them.
I forgot, idiot.
If it weren't for Sakura, I would have attacked Team 8 trying to get at the Odo Genin, he said.
Yes, sir.
Sarutobi let out a very...
See, I just tried to build to get up there, man.
The door opened and one of the unit entered.
Let me see what y'all talking about this.
I
was not black and white no more, it's blue and purple.
He said, rubbing his forehead
Sorry.
with the situation and the
Not the
fact
best.
that his student most likely would be up to his usual antics. The Junin nodded and disappeared in a shuncheon, but Sarutobi turned back to
Right, look,
what we were feeling was the power of the seal. It was designed to act much like a drug, making you grow addicted.
They brought jump shotguns
So you want to use it more.
okay.
It doesn't help that it also corrupts your personality.
They know what?
The more you do this, he stated. Jiraiya of the Sani will place a restraining seal upon it to ensure you are...
Yeah, I'm interested.
Sasuke nodded quietly. Thank you, Hokage-sama, he said, bowing. Sarutobi just gave a nod, pointing to Kakashi with his pipe. Kakashi, take your team to the tower infirmary and have them checked out.
Nigga, I don't care. I'm straight to love them like that.
Here in the tower, he said. At once, Hokage-sama, Kakashi said, as he quickly walked to his team.
Nigga, I been did that. You late.
As the door closed, Sarutobi turned to Team 8 and their tag-along. Now,
Josh, you see that?
business. We received the
I didn't take damage.
sent to us, Naruto, along with the remains of his teammates. EBK-san did interrogate him, but there was little else to gather than Robin
Parkour!
Sarutobi said. Naruto nodded at that, only to blink with Sarutobi frown. Unfortunately though, there is little else we can do at this point. While this breach of the Chunin exam would normally allow us to bring diplomatic censure and reprimands on Kuma, we do not have concrete evidence. Nino gave to that.
There's somebody right here.
The information I gathered. She started, only to be interrupted.
Alright, I'm trying to get this Fortnite battle, guys.
Kuma can legally claim that the information was falsely planted within his mind thanks to several of the bloodlines and Jutsu our village that are capable of manipulating or interacting with the mind itself.
I'm gonna buy it soon. Nah, I'm gonna buy it soon. Oh. Hey, Josh, get out the video, get out the video.
That being said, however,
Don't worry about that video. Hold on.
Rest assured,
This can't touch me. This can't touch me.
10 years ago.
Bro, you was there right in front of the door, Josh. Dumbass looking.
Not liking that Kuno might not be punished for what happened, but his wrongful thoughts, and was denied by Sarutobi.
Bro, Josh, come on, man.
Now,
hey, what is you doing? They could be out. Oh, what is this?
Karen took a slight step forward, bowing. Hokage-sama, I am Karen Uzumaki, the genitive Kusa, she said, her voice trembling slightly. She wasn't just a leader of one of the main 5 villages. He was the Shinobi no Kami, one of the most powerful and celebrated shinobi.
There's another one up here.
And she was right here before.
Watch out, Josh, steal. I'm glad you said down there. Look at your name.
Sarutobi glanced at Naruto, who nodded slightly.
Bro, shoot him.
Well, it is nice to meet you, but why are you here? Shouldn't you be with your team? He asked her.
Look, you talking about he better leave, bro. You wasn't even doing shit.
Not sounding too upset.
I did mad damage. I asked you stuff about
They were killed by a wild bear. And they would have killed me, if not for the intervention of my clansman and his team, she said, a bit of pride in her voice when she said, clansman. I came here with them, because I seek to leave Kusa and Drake punishment.
Listen to Joshua, this rush. Not clutch.
Is there any specific reason you wish to leave Kusa? I'm afraid that depending on the situation, we will not easily be able to accommodate your wish. Karen just nodded slightly, feeling both fear and hope in her heart as she spoke. My mother and I both have a unique ability to
look at his mama's friend play. You better go look at his mama's friend play. He's a weirdo.
Leading to her death and overuse of exhaustion.
Oh my god! You lucky I can't build.
For the same reason, she said.
It's Uglass nigga Josh, bro. Ew. This Uglass nigga on dates number 2. I bet his mama dead.
I'm begging you. Please let me join your village. She all but begged.
Only people that dance on people on this middle of the match, they got mama dead, bro.
I see. That makes things more difficult. But most likely Kusa will not want to let you go, he said.
Okay.
Can you please tell us what this ability of yours is, so we know what we'll be negotiating for exactly, if it comes to that? Karen shifted a bit, feeling uncomfortable about exposing her unique ability. It had seemed easy to trust Naruto and his teammates. They were Jen like her, and he was family. But this was different. The Sandane Hokage was a very experienced shinobi, and would possibly be more interested in using an asset for the village than helping someone out.
Hey, the way they got takes.
That's how shinobi acted. Glancing at Naruto, she saw him give her a slight nod of encouragement, which led to her deciding to trust him.
To me.
She slowly rolled up one of her sleeves, revealing the white marks. When someone bites me and grains my chocolate, they do them a
oh yeah,
she said softly, not beating him in the eye.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Alright, what you want to say?
Sand and Kiba-san for the other Jen and team both were healed by me using this method.
Okay, you want to see it?
Taking them in, as well as Karen's statement about her mother.
My problems.
He saw the uncomfortable stance she had and sensed the fear in her.
Hey, oh my god, nigga, I'm gonna pop off with this. What you talking about?
I will see what can be possibly done about getting Kusa to agree to
I know, shut up, I'm just showing you the previews.
I cannot guarantee more than that at the moment, but I will try. Karen nodded quietly, part of her feeling elated, but another part worried. He only said that
I
because
can get all of this. I can get all of
she
this.
rolled down her sleeve,
3,
but
5, 2,
Saratobi glanced at Hank.
4, 5, 3.
Hanko, please take your team and Karen to one of the empty rooms, where they can rest until the second exam is completed, he ordered.
They are big.
Hokage-sama, what should I do if the official sensei comes looking for Karen? She asked.
Look at that ass.
I wish to speak with him as soon as possible, Saratobi said, as he began to light up his pipe, needed good smoke to calm down. Hanko gave a nod, and herded her team and Karen out, leaving Saratobi and Hibiki behind. Saratobi glanced at Hibiki as the door closed. We will need to tread carefully when negotiating with Kusa, he said quietly.
But why we need big ass for it, bro?
Information to coerce them into agreeing, Hokage-sama, Hibiki said, only for the Hokage to shake his head. That won't do. They will leave them with a grudge against us.
Oh, Leah.
Strategically placed on our western border between us and Iowa.
Leah.
If we antagonize them and give them reason, they'll against us and allow Iowa an advantage in any future conflicts, Saratobi said.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie.
This is
That's
quite
good.
troublesome. However,
This is why you say I can.
Karen will be a boon to the village.
Yeah, hard to say. Say what Joshua. Say what Joshua.
And having another Uzumaki here would help.
Right, like he straight don't want you. I'm gonna just put it like that. He straight don't want you.
This will definitely be something worth pursuing. But for now, we have something far more serious to worry about. Isn't that right, Jiraiya?
Yeah, what I said, Lee?
He asked out loud. At that moment, the
I said he don't want you.
aside, and Jiraiya landed in the room. You've still got a sense of
Because you're black.
before going serious. So my old teammate was here.
Nah, I'm playing, but he really don't want you. I'm not going to watch it. You guys get me skipping
the
the game.
seal is complete and replied one. We need to move the seal it quickly, Saratobi said. I'll have to study
Bro,
it
this I'm gonna pop up
I'm
with
pretty
this.
sure the seal I put on Hanko Mitarashi should work. It'll leave him drained and groggy for a minute too. You should be alright, Jiraiya said. Saratobi gave a quiet nod.
But that's just a... Hold on, man.
Jiraiya, he said, before letting out a tired
Her nigga, it's the same skin!
one problem usually dealt with. Jiraiya frowned slightly. This doesn't bode well though, Sensei. Orochimaru obviously has something.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
If he's coming out into the open like this. My spies have been hearing rumors of something big being planned. Something that's drawn in quite a few missing men. And I can't help but think Orochimaru is at the center of it. Saratobi just gave a quiet nod, sitting there staring at it. After a few moments of silence, he finally spoke. I shall increase security inside the village.
Look at this.
If Orochimaru is planning anything, you'll have to try and be a step ahead of him. I take it you'll be remaining inside the village. He asked. The Todesani nodded at his words. If Orochimaru has an interest inside a opponent, this will be the best place to keep an ear out for him. And I think it's about time I began training Naruto, he said, his voice growing more firm at the last part. Saratobi glanced up at him, eyes narrowed.
This shit? Fire.
If that's so, any particular reason
What is this something I want to show you?
he asked. Jiraiya simply shrugged. He is my godson, and if I'll be spending time in the village, what better time to start training him? He asked. Saratobi just gave him a tired but hard stare. And this of course wouldn't be part of a plan to try and pull Naruto away from the assassins, would it? He asked, but Jiraiya didn't react at all. I'm sure they would want Naruto to get the best training available.
Well, it's Timmy Turner.
Akatsuki has reported they're starting to make their moves. Naruto will need all the training.
It's clean.
The ancient Hokage shook his head. Be careful, Jiraiya. You risk alienating Naruto even more from yourself in your misguided attempt to protect him, Saratobi said, sitting back.
This is
Go
bad.
and take care of Sasuke's
This is
shield.
hard.
We will talk more at a later time, he said quietly. Jiraiya simply bowed. As you command, Hokage-sama, he said, turning and leaving to take care of Sasuke's shield. But Saratobi just sat there, still looking at his time.
It's a glider.
Hibiki, who had remained quiet throughout the entire exchange, looked at his leader. Do you have any orders for me?
Oh, Super Saiyan!
He asked. Sarutobi nodded, not looking at him. Gather
I
any
won't
embryos
let you
available
get away with that!
and assign covert patrols to search for any infiltrators, he ordered. He nodded and shushed him away, leaving Sarutobi
Who
with
is
his
this?
thoughts, but an already unusual exam was becoming more and more complicated and dangerous.
Who is this?
He slowly
Just talking about
opened
who
his
is
eyes,
this?
slumping in his chair, and allowing himself a moment to relax, and dropped a strong, powerful leader.
That's not Dr. Strange, boy. That is Strange Doctor, bro.
As he simply tried to absorb and handle the growing weight of problems on Dave's shoulders.
Josh was.
At the base of the tower, the team of
Oh, Leah. John. Leah, how you feel?
the tower, and even now was opening their scrolls. A corner of Chunin appeared from the summoning seal.
That's how you feel. He said she's okay.
Congratulations on passing the second portion of the Chunin exams, he stated. The next part of the exam will not be announced until the end of this test, so you'll be allowed to rest here until then. However, I must inform you that restraining her, as she met the opponent of Chunin with a planned date.
You said I don't feel like saying.
Though I would like an explanation. I'm afraid that I do not have any more available information. Your sensei will be able to tell you more when he arrives at the end of
Right
the
foot,
exam.
right foot slide. Left foot, right foot slide.
He said, turning and unsealing the hidden passageways out of the entrance room. Omori glanced nervously at his two teammates as they followed their escort.
That ain't even my girl, bro.
About the plan. He whispered.
Like,
They will
Josh,
be
you tell
don't
her.
shut up, Laura. Kaori shot back while smacking him in the head.
Ah!
Remained silent. Her eyes locked on their
Okay,
escort's back, slightly narrowed and calculated. Something had happened, and she intended to get to the bottom of it. Teammate orders. Naruto gave a final running a whetstone over the edge of the ninja suit.
You did that,
Hinata did the same with their weapons and equipment. It had been 2 days since they arrived in the tower, and the last of the teams had arrived before the deadline ended. Now it was finally time to end the second test of the Chunin exams. Naruto was glad to finally be doing something, but the tower had not offered much for them to
you want me to play a quick solo game? Because this
There
is
were
Josh.
2 training rooms, where each was monitored by Chunin to ensure that no spying or foul play occurred between the various Genin teams. There was also a mess hall where they were able to eat, but little else for them to do beyond eat, train, and
I was playing
socialize with
this.
their fellow
Hey,
Genin. And sleep, of
he
course.
shot me with that
Each
passer.
quarters had 3 beds and a full bathroom
With
attached
that
to it.
passer.
Due to Karen staying with teammate, Naruto had elected to take the floor and let the 3 girls take
Fuck
the
them
bed.
gays.
They had also rigged a
Fuck them
blanket to act as a
gays.
screen and offer privacy. Karen watched them from nearby, looking a
What?
bit worried.
Huh?
She had spent the last 2 days getting to know the Kinsman and his teammates,
Actually,
as well
wait,
as
no,
some of
this
their
cool
friends
down.
and acquaintances from the other teams. But now, with the test nearing an end, she'd soon likely be forced back into contact.
The Star Wars are better than that.
She would
I'm just saying.
undoubtedly
Alright,
try to
try
reach
it.
as soon as possible with the when he learned her teammates were dead.
What is
Obviously,
this?
she had no desire to leave, but there was little she could do unless the Hokage
Astro World, Astro World.
negotiated with Kusa.
Where's what do you want? Where do you want?
As the trio finished, Naruto was grinning. Well, time
What
to
is this
go,
one like?
Naruto said, but the trio
TV channel.
the fourth had made their way out of their room,
TV channel.
joining the 14-7.
Hey, when you log in, just talk about when you log in, it says something about Ukraine. I said, who was Ukraine? He is not fighting Ukraine. I'm on my mom.
To a special sealing room, where Jiraiya the Sani had applied a seal to contain Sasuke's first ball. The pain of the sealing process and the drain on his chakra had knocked Sasuke out.
Bro, what they gonna do? Grade us? That's right. Bro, this nigga, Josh. Hey, bro. I don't know.
Sasuke was expected to recover in a couple of days. And indeed, Sasuke did look somewhat better than he had, though he still seemed tired and just a slight tinge paler than normal. but he still stood tall and left with confidence with his team.
You salty nigga.
His teammate and proceeded towards the main hall in the tower.
Yeah,
They soon entered the massive hall, which was mostly bare save for the wall opposite. Then a massive pair of stone hands was
bitch,
in the position of holding the ramp head.
Come to the tank, come to the tank, come to the tank, come to the tank, come to the tank.
Like a mini stage, before the stone hands,
come to the tank, come to the tank. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I don't care, bro. I'm out here thugging like that. Hold on. Dark hole.
Karen hung back near the door. While Team 7 and 8 separated.
But this dumbass, bro. This is not Warzone, Joshua.
Besides them, both Team 9 and 10 had arrived, as well as the Genin from Suna, the other Genin team from Kuma, and the other Genin team.
My tank.
The only other team was the
I'm riding another tank.
who were dressed like him.
And Fortnite.
Both were wearing bands over their lower faces, and bandana-style forehead protectors that covered the top of their head, much like an Ottawa.
I see mama saying, talking to them.
The long-haired boy was slightly nervous, while the red-haired Kunoichi glared angrily at him. The blonde, however, had a blank look as she stared at him.
I just see somebody on my trip.
Shaking his head slightly.
Oh, yeah, I see somebody. I'm about to go rush that.
Giving them a confident grin and nod.
We are Russia, ready to attack.
Their attention was brought to the center of the mini stage.
This one! This needs one!
Passing this portion of the exams. You all have proven your strength.
You are retarded! You Russian suckers! This is Ukraine! I'm fighting for Ukraine! I got dropped in Fortnite. What is that gonna do? What is that gonna do? I'm gonna take.
They had a much greater meaning than that. Tell me, do any of you know the reason where villages, countries, or empires wage war against each other? If you ask them, the Genin were silent, but former red-haired boy from Suna, Warren, spoke out. To kill your enemies and ensure your survival,
Buster, take that. But I gotta take on my side. Let somebody play with me. You're gonna get devious, my nigga. Huh?
At that time, Neji spoke up. To serve justice against those who have attacked you, he said,
it's loaded.
He said that. That is the justification people will give for why they go to war, but rarely is it the action.
Come on, Josh, come on.
Finally, Sakura spoke up. That's for power and prestige.
Ain't no way!
Yes.
Bro, Josh, get in the tank and run. Get in the tank and run. Get in the tank, It's our bag that shit up. You're fucking stupid.
Land, natural resources, slaves and manpower. But they also do social respect and fear. The more victories someone has, the greater the opponents you defeat.
He catches it. Shoot it. Get in it. Listen to this.
Countries that defeat other countries and lay claim to them are more likely to not be attacked, and other countries are more likely to want to stay on their good side, offering them good trade agreements or tribute. But look at this happen with Shinobi villages. We do not take land.
He said, I'm really about to ride a Fortnite battle pass one day.
Resources. So what use do we have for war? For power and prestige. To show the potential of our villages, to gain more science, to have greater power and money, he explained to them. The Shinobi
now, what you saying?
And every minor skirmish in between have been for that reason. To show our village is the strongest in drawing clients. But what did that have to do with achieving exams? Tenten asked him, as several of the Genin nodded in agreement. Sarutogi Genin thought his kind before speaking. The wars that our ancestors fought had one major problem. They often were almost as costly as the rewards that the victors would receive. Many innocent people, civilians, were killed simply because their village was in the crossfire. Entire generations were almost wiped out, or left and so, at a meeting of the 5 Cage, an idea to create a proxy war was suggested. The shinobi villages, rather than going to war with each other, will instead hold a tournament where the best and brightest of the shinobi villages will compete, and many clients from across the land will view the strength of the villages to decide upon who they'd offer new jobs and missions to.
Ain't nobody getting the press on
This tournament became known as the Chunin Exam, an attempt to end the costly wars and still reap the benefits from them.
But you
And
might
that
get
is
the
why
press
you are here today. You are the new generation who fights this proxy war for your village's honor, respect, and
hey, the way I let a nigga tell me I'm always the
the
best.
Genin
I'm just
found
saying.
that they listen, only to be distracted by the appearance of a shinobi next to them.
Joshua, look. This is weird. Look, this is all of Russia right here. And then this is the Ukraine. The green, the blue spots is the Ukraine. Why there only a little bit of blue spots, man? Oh yeah, them niggas is dying. I forgot.
Crouched with one knee on the ground, bowed his head.
I don't want you to know.
I believe it is time for me to take over the proceedings, he said before popping into his fist. As the agent Hokage nodded and stepped back, the talking shinobi stood up, looking at the general.
Bitch, I'm gonna be gay,
I
so
am
I turn
Special
around with
Unit
the fool.
Hayate Decker, and I am the proctor of the next portion of the Chunin exams.
No, meet me.
You would be discussing the final test of the exam at this point, but a problem has arisen. We were expecting this
Bro, what nigga just shot at a
to
tank?
eliminate more teams from the running. As such, we need to hold a preliminary round to cut your numbers down by half, at the very least.
What you mean by that? Are you sure it wasn't me that came from behind?
We passed your stupid test. We deserve to be in the finals. He shouted. Hayate narrowed his eyes slightly at the
What I have?
Well, besides me telling you that life is not ever fair,
Look to the towers. Just take in front of me, but besides that, matter of fact, I'm about to get in that tank right now.
If you wish to sit and watch over 20 matches, with the associated breaks required for the contestants to prepare themselves for their next match. The final exam is not just a test for you, but also a show, an entertainment.
Help me, right here, you on top, He's right there. He's right there, shoot him, Josh, shoot him.
Entering a preliminary round here, where you'll be randomly selected to face each other in one-on-one matches. You'll be allowed to use any and all of your abilities to seek victory over your opponent. Victory goes to whoever can force their opponent to yield, knock them unconscious, or kill them.
Come inside here.
I would like to stress, though, that we much prefer you refrain from killing as much as possible.
Matter of fact, come inside here.
Orders and ruling during this match. If I order you to stand down, you will do so immediately. Is that understood?
You wish.
Understanding. You turn to
You calling bullshit, man.
nodding to some unseen person.
Tell me somebody coming.
Immediately, two panels slid upwards, revealing a pair of large screens.
Yeah, floppers.
The contestants in each fight will be randomly selected and displayed on the screen here. Everyone else is asked to join your sensei on the balcony before your name is selected.
I fell in love with an emo girl.
You will either return to the balcony.
Damn, who's that?
Request to be taken to the infirmary to check you for injuries if you're not
Joshua,
already
give me the seat, man.
in the first place.
Shoot him up.
Shoot
that bitch.
Before we begin,
Ain't no way you got dropped twice.
everyone glancing around to see if anyone got out. A few were looking nervous, especially Sakura, who was fidgeting slightly. But in the end, no one did so, but Hayate nodded. Very well. Begin the selection process. He shouted. Immediately, on those screens, names began to randomly flash by, as the Genin waited to see who would be the first two to fight. They didn't have to wait for too long, but soon enough, two names finally appeared. Sasuke Uchiha versus Kabuto Rikusha.
Oh, do you think you won?
Sasuke and Kabuto.
You were sucking dick for a card.
To the balconies, please. Hayate ordered. Although the two
Gotta take
Genin
that
quickly made
call.
their way towards
They
the
want you at work, so
where
they
they
go
were
do your
joined by their
job.
sensei. The three Winter Tournament teams, with Team 9, the balcony on the right-hand side from the door.
I'm just fixing our tank, you know what I'm saying?
Kabuto's team, along with the foreign teams, took the other balcony. On the floor, the two Genin now faced each other. Kabuto was adjusting his glasses, making sure they were snug and in place.
Right now, today,
Sasuke rolled his
at this
shoulders,
time.
reaching up to rub his left shoulder, feeling some irritation or still.
Bro, do you want to talk about it, buddy?
Before raising his hand. And, fight. He shouted. At once, the two were in motion, both looking toward each other. Sasuke, sharing an act
The reason to call my dad to see what's going on now.
Kabuto dodged that, bringing out a curved knife as he prepared to engage in hand-to-hand combat while Sasuke drew the bow. Their blades crashing against each other, sparks flying from metal.
You can go ahead and walk outside.
The older Genin is
Josh, stop dying,
translating.
translating. It's just somebody.
But Sasuke slipped under him, dropping the kunai, grabbing it in his other hand, and slashing at Kabuto, forcing him back.
Nah, I got that off first of all.
Flipping the kunai back to his right hand, he pressed the assault.
Go ahead, double Josh.
Shiba grinned as he gripped the rail, leaning over it. Yeah, go Sasuke. Show him the strength of
What?
He shouted excitedly, but Sakura stood next to him, watching while gripping the rail. She had faith in Sasuke, but she was worried about how badly he might have been affected by the seal's process.
Dance, 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 dance.
More experience with 2 years under his belt. Gripped the rail tightly, as Sasuke kept pressing the attack. Kabuto grunted softly.
Wait, can I fix cards with this? Yes, sir! Fuck that tank, I'm riding this.
Sasuke spun and delivered a kick at his face.
Bro, you see what's in front of this? What's in front of this truck? Josh, you can drive that tank, man. I got this truck. I can't. It's stuck.
Forcing him to dodge to the sides before trying to rush Sasuke.
Bro, get in the tank.
Genin left back, finishing another hand sign and launching a much larger fireball that created an explosion as it smashed into the ground where Kabuto.
You're not gonna pick that up, you retard?
On the railing, the other student watched, looking impassive, and yet no were able to see his eyes clearly. They'd see a look of both glee and yet disappointment as he watched
drive the car, drive the car.
Clear, revealing the slightly burning
We gotta stop at the gas station, though.
Kabuto, having leapt into the air over the fireball, landed and glanced at the crater, then at Sasuke, who was again...
Man, I'm a Russian, bro. I'm a Russian mafia. I got a tank. Move out my way, bitch. Man, I'm riding in the middle one. I'm a real yo boy thing, huh?
Forcing Sasuke to dodge to the side, right into his attack. Sasuke was barely able to move his head to one side.
I actually just blew up every single thing.
The glasses wearing Genin swept it back, only to find himself on the receiving end of a sudden blow to his stomach, as Sasuke slammed a punch into him. Sasuke slammed his kunai down, his eyes widening as he pushed the blade right into flesh, only for Kabuto to suddenly disappear in a cloud of smoke, replaced by the rock that Sasuke's kunai was embedded in. Sasuke quickly jumped away, as Kabuto appeared through the floor, trying to slash up at him. Sasuke landed and skidded back, panting slightly as he looked at Kabuto, who was also panting lightly.
Because I'm about to fix the car after this, boy.
Bringing it up into the ready position as he tried to think of some way to win the match.
Man, I'm a mechanic, my nigga.
At least in taijutsu, and Kabuto had a few more years experience on him.
But that's our team.
Kabuto seemed to know a fair amount of what he could do if those info cards were any real indication.
Where, nigga?
If he wanted to win this fight, in fact, he needed to pull out a surprise.
It would be a shame if you come over here, because we gonna win. Oh! 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 Go, nigga, go! Ooh!
He was shocked. Sasuke glanced up at him, only to blink as he also saw Lee on the railing. He lighted slightly and came up with a small blow before Lee had challenged him to a fight, wanting to fight himself with the
Shit. I'm about to blow. I can't build. Look at him. Shoot, Josh. Give me, Josh, give me. Josh, run over here. Hey. I'm looking up. I'm looking up to the sky.
At the moment, it was the only idea Sasuke could think of.
Where?
Closing his eyes, he nodded before rushing towards Kabuto.
Nigga, that's the shield that I have, you retard.
Preparing to charge forward, only to notice Sasuke seemed to vanish in front of him. That is until he felt the blow to his chin that sent him hurtling into the air. Lincoln only gate, smarring as Sasuke perfectly performed the initial kick of the rending out notice followed by disappearing and appearing behind in the air, utilizing the Kate Buyo shadow of the dancing lead. Those are my techniques, he said quietly, stunned that
That's what
Sasuke
calls
had
her
been
bad.
able to so
I'm
perfectly
blaming it on him.
complement.
They're calling her
In the
bad.
air, Sasuke quickly shifted his body, bringing his left leg up and kicking Kabuto's
Nah,
side.
nigga, look, what happened was, he talking about it's a tank coming our way. He said it's a tank coming our way. I'm like, from where? He said, west. Like, I'm supposed to know about north, east, south, and west, man.
Continuing the spin to drive a right hook into Kabuto's face, and finishing with a right heel drop right onto Kabuto's stomach, driving him into the ground. Sasuke quickly leapt away from the explosion of smoke and debris, with Kabuto later in the crater, groaning and twitching. Hayate approached the older Genin, and seeing him not rising, raised his hand. The match goes to Sasuke Uchiha, he reported, with medics rushed out onto the arena.
See, look, I only got it up there, somebody.
Sasuke panted softly, slumping a bit, but grinning at several of the viewers, Junin and Genin alike, applauded his efforts. He moved back up to the walkway where his team was, where he would grin. All right, way to go, man, he said, slapping Sasuke on the back. Sakura smiled at him. That was really great, Sasuke.
That's what break your ass, bro. We do not care about that. Well, he probably does, but I don't.
Thanks to their congratulations, before frowning and moving past him to where Team 9 stood. He approached Lee before stopping.
Lee said,
I wish to apologize for stealing your moves and utilizing them. My mother taught me that it is wrong to use an Ali's technique unless they give permission, he said politely, bowing his head. Lee blinked at that before smiling and giving him a
I'm about to
thumbs
slap
up.
you with my do.
It is all right, Sasuke said. I am pleased and honored that my moves could help inspire you to play for you.
This is Ukraine. I'm at the fucking Russia. It's Russia.
I'm more motivated than ever to prove that my hard work is superior to your natural
because they told us,
he said. Sasuke sweet dropped slightly as he nodded. Thank you, he said, as he returned to his team, while hearing Lee Sensei Guy proudly congratulating his student on him.
Like that. Hey, look, watch this. Good. Spider-Man, nigga.
The name selector began spinning again, preparing to select the next two combatants. Everyone watched intently, waiting to see if their name was called out.
I'm a real case.
Soon enough, the generator stopped, revealing two names, Tendon versus Samui. Tendon grinned, and she hopped down to the ground with
Joshua,
Lee
come in.
cheering her on, with Samui
You want to rock out of
slowly
here?
down from the walkway.
I got the block.
Tendon eyed her competition, trying to size her up. She looked to be about her age, with straight blonde hair that
if I
reached
go
down
to
to the
real
top
one.
of her neck, with light blue eyes and pale skin.
Oh, hell no, nigga, we leaving. We leaving. Matter of fact,
gray in color, with a black skirt reaching
I bet.
down to her knees, with rolls and armored corset around her waist that had the Kumo emblem on the front of it.
he just got dropped by AI, Josh.
Rounding out her outfit with a mesh shirt visible in the neckline of her kimono top,
It's a slave. It's a slave.
Tenten's eyes narrowed as she saw
It's my
the
ancestors.
sheath at the back of her
Come on.
neck.
Come on.
Samui and
My ancestors, nigga. That's what they did.
Sleeveless top, slightly baggy green pants, and the scrolls at her hips.
Oh, man, your ancestors, because I'm African. I'm from Africa. Free the homie Daquan. Free the homie Daquan. Hold on. Let me shoot this. That's for Daquan. He'll never get to see one another day in his life.
Immediately, Samui drew her tonka, holding it in front of her in a reverse grip, with something to it enough. The
Come on, Josh.
grinned as she spun the kunai by its ring grip on
Bro, move!
before hurling
Bro,
it
if you don't stop, bitch.
Tenten quickly drew several shuriken, launching them with lightning speed and Samui, who quickly began small-stepping dodges, deflecting and blocking each shuriken as she began moving closer to Tenten. Tenten kept grinning as she pulled out several more shuriken, gripping them between her fingers before unleashing them in a massive flurry at Samui.
It's up. I'm out to bed. I'm out to bed. I'm out to bed. Niggas not catching me. Niggas not catching me. Play McCartney song. Play McCartney song.
Hidden wires attached to each shuriken, causing them to wheel around and swing towards Samui, each projecting now miniature.
Wait, I'm gonna get my kill.
Samui ducked under one, blocking another and cutting the wire attached to it.
It's a up.
A fifth, however, cut into her arm, Her eyes only narrowed slightly as she looked down at the flesh wound. Then attempting to yank on the
I know he mad.
she still had control over. Tempting grinned as she touched them again.
Did I get something? Oh my god.
Wires to have them all come at Samui from different angles.
Hey, should I A, B, Joshua, or B? Mind my business. It's still here.
Cutting the wires so that Tendon lost all control of them. Tendon frowned as she left back.
Yeah, nigga. Hey, do you see how I ran from them niggas? I can give anybody
complimenting her. Samui just said nothing. Her face still is stone because it was at the beginning of the match, and she readied herself again.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna say shit.
On the walkway, Karui growled as she leaned over the rail. Moving up and ended there already. She muttered, keep ready, with a little glance at her nervousness.
I'm gonna give it.
You know there are plenty of shinobi who can probably hear us flying.
I am. I'm gonna grab a card.
Incident for you. Before Karui could retort, Karabi placed a hand on her shoulder. Calm your heat, Karui-chan. I know you ain't Kanama's biggest fan, he said, with Karui groaned. Stop it, sensei, she muttered. Samui now was on the offensive, rushing towards Tendon and trying to get him close, but Tendon kept going Kunai and shortened at her. The blonde-haired Kunoichi yanked out a series of Sublon and launched them at Samui.
Nobody knows.
Who blocked most of them, except for two that pierced her shoulder.
You kicked her?
She faltered a bit at that, reaching up and yanking them out before tossing them
It'll be a
aside.
75 right back down.
Tendon decided it was time to up the ante, as she yanked
y'all
out
see that?
concealing several different weapons, consisting of swords, axes, a couple spears, and even a mace.
I was supposed to laugh.
One out of the air, tossing them at Samui, who for the first time, looked a bit stunned, very dodging this large weapon she wasn't expecting to be thrown at her. Tendon grimaced, as her opponent continued to be fast enough to dodge or block her weapon.
But it's up. Oh, that nigga, he getting away from me.
Getting perfect strikes against targets.
Bro, what the heck did I just hit?
Bandits and a few jetted in the past with her accuracy, but it seemed
In a way.
Quentin decided to go for the
In a way, we had to say the card again.
the scroll she had been
In a way.
and grabbed out two more, setting them at her side that she crouched.
I don't fuck with you, nigga. I don't fuck with you, nigga. I don't fuck with you, nigga. Fuck, nigga.
Twin dragon. She shouted, but the two scrolls launched upwards in a spiral, breathing smoke shaped like dragons. Tendon shot up in the middle of the two
nigga, no, this is my side.
Now rapidly summoning more weapons.
I'm a real sorry patient. I just killed the same nigga twice, bro. Don't mean like, bro, ask anybody who's like me, nigga. I just killed the same nigga twice.
That came close to her as she kept dodging, finally finding herself with her back against the wall of the arena, with the last weapon hit the ground.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm feeling so spicy right now. I might let this nigga over one card.
She was grinning as she yanked her head back.
I'm pushing P.
The weapons all were yanked back on nearly invisible wires, creating a giant mass of weapons hovering in the air with Tendon slow. This is the end. She shouted, throwing all of them at Samui at the same time. Everyone could only gape in horror and amazement as the weapon shot towards Samui. And yet at the last moment, they all deflected away, slamming into the wall around Samui or the floor in front of her, with not a single one of them hitting her. Tendon could only stare in disbelief and horror, as Samui stood there, lighting crackling over her body. I don't find the idea of being a pincushion to be very cool, she said in a stuttered voice, slowly.
Oh hell no, oh hell no, oh hell no. Oh hell no. You got me fucked up, the boy, they got you fucked up. You niggas never touched that, you proud.
Magnetic field now shot into the weapons and up the metallic wires, shocking Tendon. She began screaming in pain.
What did he hit me with, man?
Before falling to the ground, hitting it hard. As she lay there twitching and spasming, Samui lowered her hands. I believe she's done.
That's just something about, that's just something about.
And seeing Tendon unable to voluntarily move, Tendon is unable to fight. Samui and Kumo is
that takes on kick.
Samui watched her domestics pick Tendon up and run her towards the infirmary, before another one came to her, offering to heal up her wounds. She nodded as she watched a couple of shinobi clear away the weapons, to deliver them back to Tendon when she recovered. Then her gaze moved up to where Naruto stood. Naruto frowned as he saw those cold blue eyes lock onto him, fighting
imagine having explosive bro. Imagine not being able to stream
He
break.
stared back, frowning, not backing down, as she finally turned away and returned to her team after being Kanata next to him frowned at Sumri's action and looked up, seeing Kaluni giving a much more heated look towards Naruto. Okay, maybe do something to piss off Kuma.
What?
She whispered to Naruto. Not that I know, he said, as the next two contestants were chosen, the names Zaku and Shino appeared.
You can't even get a foot of the ball if you look at it. You will be on the sidelines for the whole year.
He asked Zaku. Just start the fucking match already. Zaku brought it out, but Shino watched him, eyes narrowed. Up above, the sumo took
Oh, you thought I was playing? Nah.
Chuckling. I pity that boy. Even if he was fully healed, I don't think he'd stand much of a chance.
Because what's his name was better? What's it
Ankle
called?
glanced
Tennis.
over at him, eyebrow raised. Oh, he that good.
Man, what are you talking about? Because, like, bro, the volleyball is so good.
Shino might be quiet and may not look like much, but he can be pretty ruthless at times. When it's called for, he said, as the match began. Shino just watched his opponent impassively behind the sunglasses. I would suggest you forfeit. You are at an obvious disadvantage, and I would not wish to exasperate your injuries more, he stated calmly. Zaku, however, just growled angrily. You think you're hot shit, huh? Part of a famous clan in a big shinobi village. You think you're better than me? Well, you're fucking not. I fucking hate people like you, who think you're so much better, looking down on people like me. Well, fuck you. He shouted, as he suddenly yanked his right arm out of his sling, revealing that it was not as bad as he made it seem. Guess I'm not as injured as you think. He shouted. Shino merely raised an eyebrow, before sidestepping as a cutting wave of wind shot through where he stood, slashing the wall behind him. Zaku fired another cutting wave at him, but Shino merely sidestepped again, before dodging a third time as the third one came at him. Zaku growled as he launched a series of blasts, each one aimed either at Shino or ahead of him. Shino managed to dodge each one until he had moved almost to the other side of where he had started. He suddenly rushed forward, doing something most people would not predict for an Aburame as he actually got in close enough to punch Zaku, laying a right.
I'm too good, you somebody, did you see that?
Zaku spun from the blow, but used the momentum to spin away from Shino, and bring up his good arm, blasting him almost point blank range. Shino was sent flying back, smashing into the wall, only to disintegrate into a writhing mass of black insects, which began surging towards Zaku. At the same time, Shino appeared on the opposite side of Zaku, holding a kunai. It seems you have a choice now, Shino said in his monotone voice. You can either deal with my insects or me, or you can surrender, Shino said. But you cannot take us both out. Zaku glared at him, his arm pointed at the insects, before he grinned. Hey, you think, so, wouldn't you? You superior arrogant bastard. But looks like I've got an advantage you didn't think of. He shouted, yanking out his other arm, pointing it at Shino. Say goodbye. He shouted, as he prepared to launch cutting air waves at both Shino and his insects. However, instead of cutting pressure waves slamming into the Aburame and destroying, Zaku's arms bulged before air erupted from various points in his arms, making him scream in agony, his arms falling uselessly at his side. Shino moved up next to him, as his insects swarmed around them, returning to Shino. While it was clever of you to try and look weaker than you really were, it was easy to surmise that if one of your arms was functioning, the other would be as well, he said. When I punched you, I used that moment to place some of my insects onto you, to block up your air holes in your arms. Afterwards, I simply had to distract you so my insects could finish blocking up the airways. Once you attempted to attack me, will you see what happens, he said. Zaku growled as he swung his arms at Shino, only to be backhanded by Shino, sending him flying.
Nah, fuck nigga, you gonna put me in all of these, bitch.
Shino said, as he moved.
Talk about y'all better have my back. I ain't got no back, nigga. What you talking?
Zaku groaned, lying there, unable to get up due to his injured arms.
Bro, nigga, you act like we don't know care, bro. Nah, nigga, I ain't got your back for shit, nigga. Something like that.
Zaku was carried away. The older Junin moved away.
Oh, I ain't got your back, bro. I don't.
Zaku, he said to Gosu and Ken. They both simply nodded.
Alright, bro. She start getting up and shit. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Meanwhile, the name generator began rolling through the next two contestants, with everyone waiting with bated breath. Eventually, two new names popped up: Laura versus Masumi Sarugi. Team 10 all grew tense and mad, remembering the bloodbath they had seen in the forest, and their belief it was one of the Suna shinobi who had done it. Naruto meanwhile grew attentive, as he now could watch his fellow Jinchuriki in action. At the infirmary, the medics were working on Kaku's arms, while Tevin lay in one bed, sedated and unconscious. Kabuto meanwhile seemed asleep. That is until he sensed the small fluctuation of chakra causing him to open his eyes. He could see the Odo Junin entering the room, with nobody paying any attention to him, as he came right over to Kabuto's bed. He smiled as he spoke.
Somebody, you seen that two-piece?
I'm touched you're here to check on me.
And he was watching
the Odo Junin let out a snake-like laugh. Ah, my dear Kabuto-kun. I am glad to see you're all right. Your fight with Sasuke-kun was almost believable, he said. Now that you fought him, tell me what you think, he said. Kabuto sat up comfortably before speaking. He seemed skilled, energetic.
I'm trying to get
he has the potential to a powerful shinobi if he's focused in the right direction. However, it does seem that someone has already sealed the Seobi gate him. The fight I put him through should have caused it to activate, at least once, Kabuto said. I noticed the same as well. There are few people with that level of sealing knowledge. For them to do it in Sasuke to already be a condition to fight means most likely that it was my old teammate, Jiraiya, Orochimaru stated, frowning. That complicates things to a degree. Indeed, Orochimaru-sama. I've also noted something, watching Sasuke in the village and such. He seems driven by a sense of justice, wanting to bring his brother into the crime he had committed, as well as protecting his family and clan. It might be harder to lure him away from Konoha, Kabuto reported.
But she played him like shit, boy. She played him, he ain't get no girlfriend. She played him, he ain't get no girlfriend.
But I'm sure that Sasuke will see the benefits of coming to me when the time comes. Continue your charade. I'll have need of your services soon enough, Orochimaru said, standing up and leaving. And who will Orochimaru-sama, Kabuto said, settling back into bed.
Because he snaps for no reason, and they thought it was hard.
In the arena, many people were feeling rather nauseous at the sight they had just witnessed. The barely last more than a couple minutes after it started.
Everybody up in there, because I made her scream. No, because she screen recorded the fucking thing, and I was like, show me. She goes, show me. What? I put them in the audience, and I talked to them. I didn't want to talk, because if I would have said something, it was not you. She's scared of me.
Mitsui's pleas and screams for
Somebody, bro. I need
water. During the entire affair, Laura's face remained utterly impassive. The only movement he had made was when Masumi had been captured, as he had lifted one hand and made a crushing motion with his fist, causing the sand to contract. Having been declared the winner, he returned to his siblings, his face still impassive. Naruto could only stare at Gaara and Dora, but the callous way he had so utterly mutilated and killed Masumi. Hinata was trembling a bit next to him, feeling the same horror. They were not strangers to killing and death, but this cold-blooded and gory killing was something they were not used to. Ino was the worst, sobbing slowly, with anger tempered at her.
Bro, stop by, I got 4 pieces, nigga. This SMG hard.
The Suna team were moving a bit nervously away from Gaara.
Bro, it's fire, nigga. You a tripping, shorty.
Saratobi frowned deeply as he looked at the Suna team.
Yes, bro, the parkour is so fire. Oh, hell no, this nigga trying to snipe these demons.
They were shinobi and that was what they did.
I'm out this bitch. Oh, what is he hitting me with? Bro, if you don't get out my eyesight, man.
Given how his teammates and sensei were acting around him, it also seemed he was not something they equally could control. If Sula let
How
such
you
a
gonna
person
be?
into the tuning exams, it seems that they had little care as to any international incident drama might create. And that would...
I want to kill. They want to kill. Hey, fuck that. I am a sin now. You a bitch, guys. Come on.
Just remember a couple of rules. It is getting late, which means we have to make a house and we have to make a bed because we don't make a bed in Minecraft. We can't sleep in real life. You can't sleep in real life if you don't have a bed. Because we are going to sleep tonight. At some point we will fall asleep.
What? No,
Like, do I need to make a party baby first? Yeah. I made hope. Maybe what? Shit. Maybe shit in Minecraft, buddy. I made a crafting table! First time I've ever made a crafting table in my bed. Molly, where are you?
that's just something that we can get XP in.
You need what?
Hey, you got any XP fucking?
Very distinguished boys.
You know what I'm talking about?
You ready? I have a question from our orthodox listener. Do you actually play the game that this picture of your bread is? I'll answer that.
What you talking about?
I am not eating that
But
shit.
you want to look for it and shit, and you don't like it.
Your turn. Thank the boys.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing here.
Baby, cooks. Nigga, we should have put you on it.
Mama in the living room.
Damn.
Go in the room. But last time I was here, last time I was here, I stayed in the bed.
Yeah.
No, but you know I'm about to put on the video. You talking about you gonna scream.
Why?
Living room.
Put on that video, man. Put on that video.
Yeah, I tell you, you tell me, reverse card, you. Well, you're definitely.
Are you serious? Okay.
I had to thank you.
Bro, I do not care about this, man. Ew, Josh.
You just say I'm 20 stone, okay? You have to smell it.